First question, why are you running?
Well, I'm running for mayor because, as I said, for almost most of my debates, since I was growing up here, hasn't much changed in Grand Rapids. Even now, people still notice that nothing hasn't changed. And I'm just assuming that maybe if I can get in office and get the mayor's seat with a little bit of influence, I can possibly influence change in Grand Rapids, such as our school systems and mainly the school system, because our school boards are still the same. We have teachers that don't care about children learning and just there to get paid and get a paycheck, and fail children who do their assignments for no out apparent reason.
One of the issues that's come up is the city budget, and right now, the folks down at City Hall seem to think it's in control, but a downturn in the economy, something like that, could throw it back into the mess it was a couple of years ago. So, how would you approach the budget?
Well, as for approaching the budget, I don't really have a real sure play for it, but if we can do like some other states did and do something that people are against, such as legalizing marijuana and putting taxation on it, we can actually get money to come back in and make the deficit go shrimp up and get our money coming back and getting rid of the debt.
May of 2014, right after the road tax was passed, the last tax, the city manager said he would be the last time he'd suggest that there be a tax raise put on the ballot. Obviously, city commission and the mayor vote on these tax increases, whether to put them in before voters or not. Would you ever support another tax question being put before voters?
No, actually taxation is what's really hurting up our economy, because people were already struggling here and people are working 16, 20 hours a day trying to pay for rent and board, room and board. And from what I found out from some people that own property, they say that it's the taxes is the reason that it's making it harder for other people to pay it. So they might increase the taxes, and that means homeowners and landowners got to pay more, and they don't really have to worry about it because they just increase your rent. You have to pay more money before they can contribute out for the tax income. So if we have lower taxes, then maybe rent won't be as high and people can afford to live where they are.
Race relations, a lot of national headlines, and obviously locally as well. A lot of groups trying to settle things in the community and try to work things out. How big of an issue do you believe race relations in the city are, and if you do believe they're a big issue, what's your approach?
I believe outside the ways that it's not really a big issue, but it's like it changed from being public knowledge to more of a hidden thing from work environments there, where it's called hidden racism nowadays instead of public racism. I do believe it still exists, and it exists because people are just ignorant in their ways, and we, for some odd reason, aren't. For my whole basic thing is for people to consider other people as that individual, a person, not race, not gender, not ethnicity, but people have that stuck in their mind, in their blood for some odd reason, to look at a person and just don't be like, hey, this is Joe, that's who you are. But they look at anybody else and consider their skin color and what nationality they are instead of just the individual. And if people can work on not realizing what a person actually is and just go by their name and who they are as a person instead of what they were born into, then maybe we can help get rid of these borders and lines that's everywhere. But on top of that, people seem to migrate towards the same area and live with the people that are either the same color, ethnicity, language, and same everything else that suit their own way because they are more comfortable around, I guess, their own instead of strangers. And people migrate and live in the same areas. That's why if you go through the neighborhoods, you see that it's always the same bunch of people in the same areas, because for some odd reason, people just migrate.
All right, open mic. This is your chance to look at the camera and tell voters why you think they should support you.
Well, the reason I think people should support me, because although granted I haven't no political background and I haven't been into the political office or been downtown in the commission office like some of the other candidates who are aware of all the issues that may be going on, I am just a regular individual like everybody else, and I'm going around and all the information I get come from the regular citizens that talk to me and let me know what's going on, such as my flaws for my debate that we had recently. Afterwards, people came up to me letting me know what I did wrong, how I did things right, and told me to just go ahead and keep doing what I'm doing. So I feel as though as long as I continue having the best interests of the people of Grand Rapids in mind, and people support me and listening to me and talk to me, that I might actually have a chance, because I feel as though I'm reaching out to the people and doing what the people actually want instead of assuming what's best and not really changing anything in the end.